Hey, Tony Gaskins here. Testing. Y'all got to forgive me. It's 9:45, and I was coaching and had another coaching call, but not sure what happened with that. But wanted to pop on here and talk about this before we get too deep in. Got Dallas this Saturday. Grab your tickets for Dallas. It will be amazing event, small event, intimate event. That's why the ticket price is up there. It is being produced by Coach Jessica Rich, and so she does rich events, and so the price is premium price because it's for just the serious only. We're not trying to have nothing to where you got 500 people. Like to be able to go deep, take questions, answer everybody question or almost everybody question. We have panelists, other presentations, 3Bs, brains, brand, body. So ticket link in the description. Grab your ticket before it's too late. I know last I checked it was at least 8 tickets left, so check and see. But I want to touch on this. So seen a post y'all sent me about a young lady who, I don't know if she was on her honeymoon or it was like an engagement thing. She was a black woman and she was with a white man. He looked, the man looked like a killer to me. He had a sleeve of tattoos, looked kind of a little swole, looked kind of, I actually follow a white guy that looked like him on Instagram. And I can't really describe that type of white guy. That they you know how we all have our roots and we all from somewhere. Like they from somewhere. I don't know if it's the Nordic or Icelandic. They just kind of like bigger white guys in the sense of like just thicker bone structure, thicker like muscle and bone structure. It's not like your Baywatch beach, you know, brown hair, brown eyes, or blonde hair, blue eyes type of white guy. It's almost like the type of white men that they were the warriors of their clan, of where they from. They really like they look like a refined version of a caveman, and just kind of like thick bone structure. And I remember in being a criminology major, they we learned that back in the day they used to classify you and predict who was like murderers and stuff based on your bone structure. And I think it was like whether it was your jaw structure or your forehead, like that type of stuff. Like they could predict if you were, dangerous. And of course they had to do away with that because it's like profiling and you misjudging people and you could say, oh, this person looked like a killer and they actually wouldn't bust a grape. And so the man goes over there. Somebody posted the pictures, one of the pictures there on the plane, and they like doing a toast, and she looking at the camera, he looking at her. And I know that look. That look is the look of, I know your secret. I know what you did. I know what you're hiding. I know that you cheated on me. Or I know that you've been talking to your ex-boyfriend or you've been talking to other men. You've been entertaining other men in the DM or on text or receiving money. Like, I know what you're doing. And I could tell that look because it was just no love in his eyes. And then even when they walking with a tiger, you could just look at his face and just see like he wasn't in the moment. It was almost like it was a lot going through his mind. And I done been there. I have been there. So I know that look. And the thing about it is, what a lot of people have to realize is she was found hanging. And that's extremely hard to do to yourself, but it doesn't mean that she didn't do it to herself. But see, because the thing about it is, what you got to realize is like people can also push you to that point. Like people can push you to the point to where they're like, hey, like something goes so bad, so wrong. It's either he did that to her, or it could have been something to where he had something on her and he told her that he was about to release all this stuff or tell all this stuff if she didn't do it to herself, if she didn't do away with herself. And so that's the thing. And that's what you got to realize. Y'all give me 1 second. Let me pause. And so that's the thing. So when you look at this, the real lesson that you got to take, because the sister is a pretty sister. You can tell by her style that she's like really into fashion. She really into makeup, aesthetics, beauty. And, you know, she's a chocolate sister. That's also the look. A lot of people don't think about and factor in the amount of pain and stress and trauma and drama that black women have suffered at the hands of black men. And so a lot of times when you see a black woman go with a white man, a lot of times it is a savior complex. It is like an escape. It's like, let me try something different. I've been used, abused, R word, beaten, dogged out, cheated on by my own people. Let me try something different. Most of the time, that's what it is. It's just a sister just no longer relates to a black man, or she's not appreciated by a black man, so she goes to a white man. But I seen a post and they showed where, like, I'm flipping through the post. It looked like I seen at least 5 or 6 black women that were killed by white men, whether they met them on a dating app or whatever it was. Now, the thing about it is, black women are also killed every day by black men. But black on black crime is just never as put in the news as when it's a interracial crime. So it happens every day with black men as well. But the irony is that a lot of black women who go to a white man say that the white man is better. The white man is nicer. The white man is more docile, more catering, more understanding, loving, compassionate, forgiving, whatever it may be. And the white man is painted as like a refuge, solace, salvation, an escape. You know, just like this place of rest where a black woman can rest in her feminine and be and do what she needs to be and do. And that's just kind of how it's painted. But that's not always the reality. A man is a man. And the thing about it is what a lot of people forget, and I teach on this concept sometimes, to where you have two types of people. You have the type of person who will stab you in your chest, and you have the type of person who will stab you in your back. When you are with your own race, you can get stabbed in your chest. So what that means, and a lot of people misconstrue this, and they don't understand it, because they will think cheating means stabbing you in your back. But when somebody cheats and they do it messily so that you can find out, or they tell you about it, that's stabbing you in your chest. When somebody does stuff and you know nothing about it, but it can actually hurt you when you find out, that's stabbing you in your back. So a lot of times what people don't understand is they take They take and my boys program write me. If the Lord been good to you, click that link in the description. We sure need you. We got a trip coming up to Dallas in about 2 weeks, May 1st. So y'all, if the Lord been good to you, if you ain't got no kids and you gainfully employed, please adopt one of these kids. I need your help. Lead. So, what a lot of people don't understand is that when you go to interracial dating is a situation where 9 out of 10 times you don't get along with your own race. You don't, or you're biracial already, and you just picking a side that you relate to the most or that you can understand the most as far as in a romantic way. So it's like the sister, she's a pretty woman, but she's considered dark skinned. So a lot of black men don't like dark skinned women because of the propaganda in America about dark skin. And well, dark skin everywhere in the world is discriminated against. That's the only like color around the world. The darker you are, the worse you are. I coached an Indian woman, and she told me it's like that in India. The darker your skin is, the worse off you are. And the man she has a crush on is a white Indian, but yet her skin is darker. And that's because people, propaganda has promoted and idolized light skin, and dark skin is frowned upon, discriminated against, ostracized, alienated, except for with men. So a lot of times with men, tall, dark, and handsome is a thing. And so what you have to realize and understand is that this is a situation where it's one of those things of outcasts. This couple, their looks compatible, but the look of the white man is kind of like a swole, bald head Eminem. And that's a thing where the swole, bald head Eminem, and I'm saying Eminem, I'm talking about the rapper, not the candy. He's not attractive to white women. Like your standard blonde hair, blue eyed white woman, she wants the guy from Baywatch, the TV show. She wants the American Eagle model, the Aeropostale model, Calvin Klein model. She doesn't want this guy who looked like he break brick walls with his forehead. That's not attractive to her. So he's alienated and ostracized by white women. And the white women who would be attractive to who would be attracted to him and who would be with him and deal with him, they are not attractive to him. He'll rather be with another race than to be with that type of woman, because that type of woman, that type of white woman is what the world calls trailer trash. And that's not my term. I'm just describing that type of look. That the street term would be like trailer trash. And so it's typically like a white woman. She's a little thicker, a little heavier. She may have like a forearm tattoo, leg tattoo. She may talk with a black scent. Like she would be okay with him because he's supposedly toned down from a black man. Because a lot of times those women go to black men and they get beat on and they get dogged out, they get mistreated. That's why you see a lot of them missing a tooth in the front or got a scar under their eye. And because a black man gets with that type of woman and he takes all his childhood trauma out on her. And black men do that to black women too. But the issue with black women, remember, somebody will stab you in your chest, somebody will stab you in your back. A black woman will stab you in your chest, meaning, but with an actual knife. not going and sleeping with another man on you, she will go get a knife and she will stab you and she will kill you. Whereas with a white woman, the white woman typically fears the black man, so what she will go do is sleep with his best friend, sleep with a bunch of other men. And that's her get back. And that literally happened to me in college with a white woman. So that's how I know that this is true, but I've also been on the other end of it. The man that's, benefiting from the white woman cheating. I really cannot think of being able to cheat with a black woman. And that's a painful conversation. And a lot of people paint a lot of different narratives. But I'm just telling you, just from experience of being a man who was really, really out there, I really could not get black women to do anything I wanted them to do. But with a white woman, being a black man, I could get a white woman to do anything I wanted her to do. And so a lot of times when white women go to black men, they get dogged out. So it's not the same experience for a white woman with a black man as it is for a black woman with a white man. It's not the same experience. But as you see, we see some white men who use black women for their rituals. So what you have to understand is that there are some people who have like fetishes and like fantasies and like dark fantasies, and they have like just a lot of sadism, sadistic Satanism, and they got a lot of issues. And so they got a lot of issues. And so with those issues, it's one of those situations where you have, it's a thing where like you have these guys who they literally fantasize about torturing somebody and taking their life, or doing something like that and getting away. Because think about it. The guy goes to Zanzibar or something like that, and this happens. And then the people over there say that they rule it a suicide. But if you know how to make it look like that, and somebody police force don't have the advancements that like America has, they'll just rule it that. And then if you're a white American man, they really don't want no smoke with you. And especially if you got money and you say, hey, this is heartbreaking, this destroying me, and you crying, like I will give you guys, $10,000 so that I could leave here, please, and just like not get caught up in all this. She was going through a lot. She took her life. Like, I don't want to go through all this. I would literally give you guys $10,000. And it's like, them people don't care about Americans. They don't care about justice. Like, you just a tourist to them. Like, they just want your money. Like, they don't care about the inner weavings of what y'all got going on in y'all relationship. And so he could have did it, and they gonna let him go. And then, he could have did it, and they gonna let him go. And then he could have. Uh-oh, y'all kind of go. We'll talk soon.